Hazards of illegal pesticides. Hazards in the home. In the home, the use of pesticides, especially unregistered formulations and other illegal materials, present unforeseen risk for children. Any material applied or used on the floor is possibly in reach of children. Besides pills, powders, or baits that children may put in the mouth, residues on floors, carpets, bedding, or walls may be hazardous after application of illegal materials or over-application of registered materials. The level of risk depends on the quantity and toxicity of the applied material. Summary: illegal products for home use. Chalk containing pyrethroid, deltamethrin. Tempo insecticides containing concentrated cyfluthrin. Potent anticoagulants. Agricultural products. Aluminum phosphide tablets releasing the gas phosphine. Cholinesterase inhibitors. Concentrated 1080 rodenticida, a metabolic poison. Poisoning after ingestion of synthetic pyrethroid. The mother of a 4-year-old girl, previously in good health, found her lying unconscious on a sidewalk outside of her home 20 minutes after she went outside to play. Her mother also found half a piece of insecticide chalk by her side. It seemed likely that the child had eaten the rest. The label indicated that this product, imported and sold illegally, contained the synthetic pyrethroid deltamethrin. The girl liked to eat a stick of candy sold in a package quite different from the insecticidal chalk. However, the chalk stick was very similar in color and shape to the stick of candy. Illegal synthetic pyrethroid. The chalk was sold in 99-cent stores in San Diego, in other parts of the state, in flea markets and Asian stores. Laboratory analysis showed the chalk contained 0.98% deltamethrin. The ingested dose was estimated as 34 milligrams or 2 milligrams per kilogram. Treatment. When the ambulance arrived, the girl was awake but lethargic and had difficulty standing up. In the hospital, she was in a stupor, but could not speak. There were no other specific abnormal findings. She was given 20 grams of activated charcoal. She was hospitalized for observation and recovered within a day. Children's sensitivity to synthetic pyrethroids. This case indicates that there are effects of deltamethrin in a dose of 2 milligrams per kilogram. It is possible that children have a sensitivity not present in adults, expected to become ill at a dose of approximately 10 milligrams per kilogram. The chalk is similar to a children's candy. There is a risk of ingestion that is not found in the great majority of adults. Cases in Monterey County. 1993, 2 young sisters ingested miraculous insecticide chalk, reportedly because the chalk was similar to a vitamin stick sold in Mexico. Both became ill within a few minutes with dizziness, abdominal pain, and nausea. They were treated at Salinas Valley Memorial Hospital and were released the same day. Summary of other illegal products. Tres Pasitos. Aldicarb rodenticide. High-toxicity carbamate imported from the Dominican Republic. Tetramine rodenticide. Convulsions from its effects on the neurotransmitter GABA. Extreme toxicity. Brodifacoum. Superwarfarin. Anticoagulant. Organophosphates. Pyrethrin and mevenphos. Tres Pasitos. Tres Pasitos. 3 little steps. With the active ingredient aldicarb, sold illegally for control of rodents, imported from the Dominican Republic. 35 poisoning cases reported to New York Poison Control prior to 2001 publication. High toxicity, 0.3 milligrams per kilogram lethal dose. Granules of Tres Pasitos in plastic packages as sold in New York. Sold legally for control of agricultural pests. Pyrethrin, toxic organophosphates. Madeira, 1991. A girl ingested a powder made with the toxic organophosphate pyrethrin, to be used only in agriculture, but used in the house to kill cockroaches. Symptoms and signs of illness: difficulty breathing, cyanosis, muscle weakness, convulsions, excessive salivation, pinpoint pupils. A tenant sprayed his apartment for cockroaches using undiluted pyrethrin. 2 children almost died from contact with pyrethrin residue. An 8-month-old became ill with vomiting and respiratory insufficiency. His 2-year-old brother also began vomiting, but did not develop respiratory problems. Backpack with methomyl. 3 young boys between 1.2 and 3 years old found a backpack loaded with methomyl, a toxic carbamate insecticide, in a neighbor's garden, and each became ill, as described below, after drinking liquid from the sprayer. 1.2-year-old, lethargy, constricted pupils, rapid heart rate. 2.8-year-old, slow heart rate, constricted pupils, lethargy, confusion, difficulty with coordination. 3-year-old, coma, convulsions, tremor, constricted pupils, salivation, sweating, loss of bowel control. Illegal rodenticides. Tetramine. The rodenticide tetramine blocks the action of the inhibitory neurotransmitter GABA, causing convulsions. Illegally sold in New York since 2002. Poisoning case: 15-month-old girl. Affected with seizures, residual failure of brain development after the poisoning. Illegal anticoagulant. Verdificum. Illegally imported from China, verdificum is a high-toxicity superwarfarin anticoagulant. Cat B unemployed. Risk of bleeding from the nose and gums, intestines, skin, and blood in the urine with ingestion of less than 1 milligram. 1080. Toxic rodenticide. The rodenticide 1080, formerly sold as a bait, contains sodium fluoroacetate. The only legal use now is as a livestock collar in the states of South Dakota, Montana, Texas, and New Mexico. No legal use as a rodenticide since 1989. Sold illegally in New York, 2011. Found naturally in the plant Gastrolobium, native of Australia, Africa, and Brazil. 1080. Pattern of illness. Onset of poisoning, 0.5 to 3 hours after ingestion. Nausea, vomiting, and abdominal pain. Sweating, confusion, agitation, cardiac arrhythmias, cardiogram changes, low blood pressure. Neurologic, muscle twitching, convulsions, loss of consciousness, coma, death from irregular heartbeats, low blood pressure, secondary lung infection, long breakdown time indoors and outdoors. Mothballs. Naphthalene balls are sold for control moths that infest clothing items. Associated with kidney disease, hemolysis or dissolution of red blood cells, oxidation of hemoglobin, eye and peripheral nerve damage. High toxicity for kids, sold in packages that seem to be packets of candy. Discussion. Are there other illegal formulations that have not been discussed? How can an illegal formulation be recognized? How are cases related to pesticides or violations of proper application procedures reported? Reporting of cases. Reporting of illnesses. Report by the doctors treating the affected cases. Contact the Agricultural Commissioner in each county. State offices for reporting. Office of Environmental Health Hazard Assessment. Sacramento telephone 916-327-7319. Sacramento fax 916-327-7320. Oakland telephone 510-622-3170. Department of Pesticide Regulation, Worker Safety Branch. Telephone 916-445-4222. Fax 916-445-4280. California Poison Control System. Telephone 800-222-1222.